Have you ever come across people who use the ping system perhaps a little bit more than they should? I'm not talking about, alerting you to a Mozambique or a few attachments. I'm more thinking along the lines of... Welcome to Apex Legends, the game with a comprehensive system so that you can tell your allies everything you need to know about where you're gonna loot, doors that have been opened, spots you're keeping an eye on, enemy portals, enemies themselves, and a whole host of options that mitigates the need for voice chat from a simple ping. However, I'm getting sick and tired of the frustrated little nublets that feel the need to spam the enemy ping over and over in quick succession in the hopes that it's going to get me to do something faster? I mean, maybe I'm in combat elsewhere, but you know the worst time to do it? Well, stick around and I'll show you. So with me not being the jump master, I took the opportunity to do all the things that you should do as a cooperative teammate. I looked around for other teams, I checked the map, I pinged mine I was on my phone. I got distracted by a cat video, so I had no idea who was around. The good news is that we got lucky and there didn't seem to be any enemies near... Oh. With us off to a flying start, I cautiously looted the area but didn't want to hug my team too tightly either. However, we were definitely getting spread too thin, so I did what any sane person would do. I closed the gap between myself and the lifeline. Unfortunately...
I am taking fire. Battling the enemy. Reloading. I have fallen.
Yeah, well, these things happen. It's only quick play, so we're not expecting, professional synergy, and Bloodhound lets us know that he's down. A lot.
Contact with hostile.
Flash on me.
I don't mind a few pings to signify there's enemies around. I actually think that's fine, as they might move around a bit, so you might need to ping a few times. But as I was saying earlier, the worst time to do it is once I actually turn up to help. Okay, wait, now I don't know about you, but for me, seeing red pings all over the place, all over my screen like that, brings back nightmares of Kovacs, pressure levels, where you see the big red popping balloons all over the place and you gotta shoot them before they disappear and they hit you in the face, whatever. How in the name of a crusted ballsack am I supposed to be focused on helping someone when all you can see is more graphics appearing right in front of you in quick succession? Pinging helps a lot. Okay, you got 25 damage. You're angry. I get it. Squeeze a stress ball. Kick yourself in the arse for not looking at the map. Do anything except spam the goddamn ping while we're trying to save your life. How about that? The next game had another professional pinger, as you will see shortly. Oh. Okay, who wants some? What's some? Yeah, you still missed, didn't you? Yeah, you did. I'm trying to pick up the Where is he? Yeah, see you, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Okay, let's try this way. Whoop. Nice, good job, man. Ouch, who's got that fucking thing? Oh, there he is. There's unfortunately other people on the high ground, but it's good that someone went help. I think actually adding a duck call to Apex Legends was a really good idea. If you haven't already noticed, I was getting somewhat irritated by the ping spamming, and of course the fact that I can't use the L star to save my life didn't help. But honestly, I'm just one of those players who gets distracted by seeing the extra information and find excessive spam pinging the fastest way to ensure that I will lose any fight where my teammate does it. However, there is one more instance where you really want to be cautious about pinging enemies, as you're about to find out in our next game, where I will actually do stuff. You might even be treated to some epic music. As we dropped into the land with a few scattered buildings, gunfire rained all around us. We gathered what little loot we could and headed through the tunnels. Body armor was becoming a bit of a problem, and with the next area being completely empty, the hunt for loot continued. Many people ask me what my preferred loadout is these days, and the answer is often a whimsical, it depends. But more often than not, I like to try and find an R301 and a wingman, or a hemlock and a wingman, or a peacekeeper, and guess what? A wingman! Anyway, it was shaping up to be one of those games where you run across the map and find absolutely nobody, except for death boxes, of course, and that solved the body armor, at least for me. Screw those guys. But just as we got to the tunnel leading to Skyhook, our time had come.
Contact with target.
Grappling.
Never mind. Hostile right here. You're in view of the enemy. Reloading.
Look out, grenade.
Worst thing that could happen right now would be for someone to third party us, as we just did to these guys.
Frag out. Taking shots.
I aggressively pushed through the void. I ran back like the cowardly loser that I am.
Need to
Then, it was time to face my attacker.
I downed an enemy.
You might be wondering, hey Ragtag, why are you showing us this game? What has this got to do with the gazillion pings that you were going on about before? Well, maybe something, maybe nothing. Shut your mouth and wait. And speaking of waiting, in quick play, how much thought do you give to getting stuck in when there's a fight near you? Because for me, whatever the gunfire is, that's where I'll be. So imagine my surprise once I've finished messing around with those other loadouts, got the R301 now and the wingman, 4 squads left. You see an enemy, you engage, right? Let's do it. But then your squad mate pings somewhere else. What are they doing? They want to fight?
Healing up.
I must fight
I'm
each
setting
enemy.
the node.
No, bro, no fight.
No fight? I don't understand what you mean by no fight. I'm fighting. Yeah, man, let's fight. Come on.
We're doing great. Only 2 enemy squads remain.
Wait.
Nope. No, we're not waiting. Come on.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Throwing Arc Star. Reloading. Full squads down. Take ranges. Last squad. This won't hurt. Hold on. 1 minute. Rings not far.
Hurry up! Me too!
Someone pinged an enemy? Now, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but, you know, when you're in combat, your teammate is helpfully pinging where the enemies are, because without them, God knows if you'd ever see those enemies right in front of your face. Then, your downed teammate pings another enemy again. Once you think it's safe to get them back up, you respond to that ping because, well, that's what it's for, right? Then, of course, they get upset that you didn't realize the ping was for you to act faster and res the shot-calling carry player of the game. I don't know. Silly Ragtag, I guess. However, with only 1 squad left, there's no more excuses, no more, oh, let's wait. We're not waiting. We're fighting. Still don't have a scope on my gun. Good job, Ragtag.
Enemy taken out.
Contact with enemy. Hostile close. Hostile. Making contact with enemy.
Took out a lot this time.
Enemy. Contact.
Reloaded.
Hostile.
Well, I hope all that pinging was worth it because I was practically tearing my hair out. I'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, I think Lifeline wanted to hang around and see how much work I'd actually done. Apparently, even if you're a bag of shite, it pays to get into a fight. Now, yeah, look, there was an incident on Twitch recently where I said, stupidly, if I hit a certain milestone goal of subscribers, well, let's just say, I wouldn't need to tear my hair out from pings anymore. What the hell have I done? Like, what have I done?